now the Planet Hank live show, the Brattleboro News Recap Show, the absolute finest entertainment in all of the state of Vermont. The greatest show, everybody's favorite night of the week, Thursday night, 8 p.m. We are always live. We are going to give you what you want. Let me go ahead and set the mood with a little bit of this. I love doing this show every week. If you're first in the chat, make sure that you type first in the comments. I love reading the comments from people who are watching from everywhere around the country, from everywhere around the great state of Vermont. We're taking it back. We're going to make Vermont great again. We are going to change some of the stuff that's been going down that people by and far have been rejecting all over town. We have mobilized people to start getting more involved with local politics, with local government, with the issues on the streets. We are giving them a voice. We're giving them a place to consolidate their ideas and push back against the BS. The Brattleboro News Recap Show, the finest entertainment. I absolutely love doing this with you guys every single week, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Brattleboro News. I'm going to do what I do every week, and that's going to be hashtag Brattleboro News Recap Show, and I'm going to share this into several groups. The finest groups in all of the state: Brattleboro Chat, New Fame Vermont, American White Wolf Scanner, Bennington Blotter, Hinsdale Area News and Info, the Planet Hank Locker Room. If you haven't joined, you need to join that group. We have the finest, most well-established, the very best group in town, the Locker Room. Brattleboro, Vermont, Scanner Gossip, Brattleboro Ranting, Panhandling, and Degenerates. Mature Members Scanner News 2.0, Keen Connection, News and Alerts. I grew up in Vermont. Let's go with everything Greenfield, Mass. St. Albans, Vermont, Neighborhood Watch. Dummerston, Vermont. And as I tell everybody to do every single week, is make sure that you're sharing it yourself. It's a great way to really help get ourselves out there in the public. And don't forget to share to your stories. People see stories these days and hop in. I'm seeing some great comments already. Let's read some comments. Alex says, yes, let's go. Susan Hubble says, first, bitches. Jeff Bush says, yo. Jessica Davis says, number one in chat. Woo, 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 Thursday night. Gretchen Ward in the house. Big shout out to Gretch. Harry Phillips, he says, let's go, Hank. Blaine says, let's go. Tagging people up. She says, we're starting early. We love you, Hank. Hashtag Team Hank. Everybody throw up a hashtag Team Hank. We're out here doing it. Hashtag Team Hank. Hashtag Brattleboro News. Hashtag Team Hank. So this week has been nothing but more of the same, more of the decline of the great state of Vermont. We had some very important meetings that we're going to talk about. People are getting more and more involved in local politics and town government. We had a special representative town meeting last Thursday. We had some stuff go down. The community conduct ordinance was rescinded. The representative town meeting went ahead and voted against the ordinance and took it away. So now we don't get to have any community conduct standards. Now it's a free-for-all again. They'll be very happy to know that everybody can act in any degenerate way that they want all over the town of Brattleboro, Vermont. And thus is why I'll be cracking Celsius right there, baby, 8 p.m. Thursday night. okay? We're drinking Celsius because there's no conduct ordinance in place. I can do whatever I want. Any type of conduct that I want, I can do. So might as well get whipped up on energy drinks. Might as well do whatever the F I want all over town, right? Who's going to stop me? We don't have to have any standards. We don't have to have any community conduct. It doesn't matter. We can do whatever we want. Thanks to the dirty hippies. Thanks a lot, dirty hippies. Yeah, baby. Pounding energy drinks. So, the great state of Vermont has been suffering some spiraling into chaos activities. I was sick. Okay, I'm recovered, and now I've been able to catch up on arrest videos, town videos. We put out a bunch of material that's gotten a whole bunch of views, and conversations started. And I've got some very, very great news about some events that I, Planet Hank, will be hosting that you guys will have an opportunity to get involved with. And I'll be very happy to share that with you. She goes, "No, Hank, you are not allowed to do anything according to your haters." She says, "Wowzer. Effing Brattleboro, man. Yeah, Brattleboro." So let's just play a regular video. You know how it goes. The Planet Hank Brattleboro News Recap Show. What we do is we play the best news videos from around town, and I'll give you guys a chance to talk about them, make some comments. So I've got a very important video coming out of North Brattleboro, and I'll let you guys watch the video in its entirety. Make some comments.
Breaking news.
And
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com. Today's story comes from Putney Road in North Brattleboro in front of KFC Taco Bell, where Brattleboro Police and Brattleboro Fire responded to a motor vehicle accident around 1 p.m. One vehicle rear-ended an SUV that was slowing down for a vehicle pulling into the restaurant from the southbound side of the road. The Toyota sedan that hit the SUV had major front-end damage and the side impact and steering wheel airbags deployed.
Go down to you a little bit.
The driver was seen laying on the ground and being put onto a stretcher by paramedics and taken to Brattleboro Memorial Hospital to be treated for minor injuries. I hope they are okay. The driver of the SUV and the occupants were okay and had no injuries. The SUV had very minor cosmetic damage only and was able to drive away from the scene. The Toyota sedan was towed away as the scene cleared. I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
So there we go. Had a little accident uptown. The driver rear-ended they were minors who were driving the car that was in front. And the only reason that obviously the driver was laying down on the ground. Minor injuries, but I guess it was like back related or whatever. And the firemen and EMTs, paramedics had to carry him away on a stretcher to Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. Thank heavens for our first responders, our EMTs, our firemen, our police officers, keeping people safe in the community. This is what our community safety organizing team should be about. Our safety fair should be about police officers, firemen, paramedics, even the nurses that are up in the emergency room and the doctors waiting to treat people who are, in harm's way. She said, made it. Dante says, Chief Hardy should be fired. Oh, boy, here we go. Oh, Dante, come on. What's wrong? He goes, some our police suck ass, Hank. Oh, boy, we got one of those people. Oh, man, you're spiraling, Dante. Dante! Oh, you don't like the police? The police are bad? Oh, that's such a sad little type of heavily repeated, uncreative, unthought out remark. I mean, dude, you're just literally echoing some dumb crap that you've seen at some protest somewhere. He goes, 4 freaking years and crime is up 25%, and you think that that's because of the police? I'm here to tell you what the reason is. The reason is that our town and our state is being fueled and funded heavily by groups that are acting through nonprofits and creating change in the state legislature and how the court systems and how the laws work, because they profit off of it. There is dark money. According to Governor Scott, there is dark money pouring into Vermont. It's not about that the police aren't doing it. They arrest people all the time, and what we see time and time again is this revolving door. They lock them up, and the court lets them go. The laws will not hold them. They do not get sentenced. That's what the problem is. He goes, "You don't know me." He said, 100%. She said, the judges keep letting criminals go with no repercussions. She says, go to bed, Dante. Go to bed. Now, here's the thing. It's fun to have some bickering and bantering and go after each other and complain. But Dante is well allowed to represent what he feels. He can say whatever he wants. And we want him here. We want to hear from Dante. I want to hear from people whose opinions don't match up with mine. So that we have a chance to have a discussion, maybe find some common ground, and come up with a way. Like, usually there's a story behind why somebody like Dante is so mad about the police and what's going on. So I'd like to hear that. Put it in the comments. She goes, 5% of all the calls are from 20 people because of the revolving door. He says, if that's an offer, he goes, if that's an offer, no thanks. He goes, I'll discuss it with you. Yeah, or leave a comment. Leave the gist of it in the comments. I'll read it. He goes, because they let all the scumbags go. Now, I will agree with your sentiment on that. It's very frustrating. But I'll tell you like this. In defense, the police and the people who do the work and chase them down, have to fight people, have to chase them into dangerous traffic stop scenarios and put themselves at risk. The officers very oftentimes are frustrated. They go to extreme lengths to get the job done, not only to see the perp back on the street the next morning. They go to court and they get let out on conditions of release, and it's very frustrating. Very frustrating. And the rules keep going away from law and order and into the compassion cartel narrative of restorative justice and revolving door, let them all go and do nothing, legislature, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating for all police. MS in FL79 says, no incentive to solve the problem. If they solve the problem, they lose their job. And some of them are well into the 6 figures. Crazy. I agree. There are a lot of people who are getting paid super amounts of money and are benefiting off of the negative behavior in the town. You know, the more problems that they have, the more that they can go and ask for more funding. It's a huge problem that we have, and many people have been taking sides on this issue, saying, hey, it seems a little shady that the people pushing for all these crazy rules and changes in town are the people who are directly profiting from these nonprofits, and some of which are making upwards of $400,000 to $50,000 a year over at the Brattleboro Retreat. You know, do they really want to have problems solved? Are they really trying to make a change? Or are they trying to stack the house full of different patience so that they can just continue their money grab of upwards of $100 million a year in funding, along with their $400 and something thousand paychecks. It's ridiculous. He goes, remember the ape-looking guy who keeps getting arrested? I don't remember that. He goes, it's funny the people doing the moral policing are the ones selling their soul to make a bunch of money off addicts and the mentally ill. Yes, I agree. So let's keep the show moving. We're going to keep on keeping on. And let me go ahead and throw up the Planet Hank weather report for you guys. And we'll take a peek at what the week's going to bring us. So cloudy today. Friday, we're expecting snow, 31 degrees. Saturday, cloudy. Sunday, Monday, sunny, but very cold, 20 degrees, 27. Tuesday, cloudy. Wednesday, partly sunny, 35 degrees. It's starting to get cold out. Winnipeg weather report, the Brattleboro News. So, one thing that I want to announce that's going to be very, very helpful to help organize and get ourselves represented a lot better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video that I created about the representative town meeting. You know the drill. I play the video and I allow you guys to all watch it in its entirety and make comments.
Breaking news.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com. What in the Brattleboro is going on now? Well, for starters, the compassionate social justice fighters continue to contradict themselves while using every tactic they legally can to silence anyone who does not agree with them. December 12th, 2024, a total of 26 seats were filled across 3 districts to represent the people within them. Not only did this delay the special town meeting, which would decide whether to keep or remove the community safety ordinance by almost an hour, but it resulted in filling those seats with people who all shared the same views after ties and tiebreaker votes. With no variety of beliefs held by these people tasked with representing their district, it causes an imbalance as they are not actually representing those districts, but rather only giving a voice to one perspective while effectively taking away the voices of those who do not agree with them. The people preaching inclusivity and collaboration are making sure only one group is representing the many people who reside in the town, regardless of a broad spectrum of opinions, concerns, and priorities expressed by the community. Despite these people living in their ideal fantasy land, they are organized and effective in their endeavors, as we saw the ordinance being successfully voted out, despite significant support of it from concerned community members. Most of the people who spoke out against the ordinance spoke about the things that they felt like talking about, despite it having nothing to do with the ordinance. Unfocused and disappointingly off topic, there was an embarrassing amount of disrespect aimed towards the select board, the town manager, and the town attorney, as well as a complete disregard for the rules of courtesy and professionalism.
We might as well ask the fire department to put a banner across Main Street that says, "Are you homeless? Are you mentally ill? Do you suffer from drug or alcohol addiction? Go home. We don't want you in our town."
Disgruntled community members have taken to social media, describing the way this meeting went down as gross and unfair, giving the progressives of Brattleboro credit for being well organized and liking the sound of their own voices so much that they will do anything they can to drown out the opinions of others who disagree with them. There were many absolutely incorrect narratives presented by those dead set to reject the ordinance, as well as contradictory statements, such as the ordinance is criminalizing the people committing crimes when it was actually allowing the police to issue warnings and civil penalties instead of criminal charges. Also stating that people issued civil offenses won't be qualified for the pre-charge program. Only those issued criminal offenses will qualify as of July 1st, 2025. So what do they actually want? What is their goal? To criminalize crime or not? It doesn't make any sense. Just like it doesn't make any sense to tell people that they should not feel fear because violent criminals, drug dealers, drug users are being given free rein while simultaneously making statements like, I've never even gotten so much as a speeding ticket, but when I'm out on the road and a cop is behind me, I freak out. That's irrational. But being concerned about your safety when there have been murders in town is somehow dehumanizing to the people causing the threat to public safety. The Brattleboro Commons shared a short piece by the Community House highlighting how the ordinance would improve the life of children in the community on December 10th, listing things that kids and staff have witnessed, as well as how the staff has had to clean up alcohol and drug paraphernalia, including many bags of fentanyl around the property and several other valid issues. That is unfair to have people having to clean up after others, but also poses a risk to their safety via accidental exposure from potential residue of the dangerous and potent fentanyl or the needles that carry communicable diseases. During the special town meeting, Peter Elwell made several comments that deserve a closer look. He made a vague reference to an email he sent to RTM members regarding his feelings about the ordinance, which one could interpret as him trying to persuade people. This is especially important to consider when, according to word of mouth, the already established RTM members against the ordinance were sending private emails encouraging other members to vote people into the open seats that would vote against the ordinance.
So I would hope that even if you entered the room tonight personally liking the idea of the ordinance, that you might see the way in which it's pulling us apart and vote tonight to disapprove the ordinance and keep investing ourselves in collaboration.
Elwell also asserted that the people for the ordinance were taking sides, as if opposing it is not taking a side. Going further to say that the ordinance itself and the people who support it were dividing people and inhibiting collaboration. Pressuring people to have the same views as you is not collaboration. Collaboration means working together and having input and compromise amongst people. It does not mean abandoning your free will and views to fall in line with what others want. The ordinance was a compromise. The town is divided between people who want those committing crimes to be held accountable and those who are trying to claim that poverty is an excuse to not ever have any consequences. The ordinance may not have been perfect, but it was meeting in the middle. Those who opposed it decided if it wasn't what they wanted, that it needed to be thrown out before it even took effect. Unfortunately, they have done a good job of organizing and making it seem like their view is held by the majority of the town. More people on their side show up and speak up. There is power in numbers. As long as those who disagree with them don't show up and speak, they will continue to dominate the conversation while silencing any differing viewpoints. Regardless of their narrative, they have also picked a side, saying that people taking a different side were causing a divide and stopping collaboration is untrue and is the same harmful us versus them mentality they claim to oppose. Expecting the town to only implement policies which they agree with is coercive. People need to speak up at meetings if they hold different beliefs, otherwise they will succeed in radicalizing the town as they see fit, regardless of how many people in town disagree with their idea about what's best for the community as a whole. They're acting in the interest of a group of people who make bad and unsafe choices that affect others, especially children's safety and development. This all would be almost comical if the real-life consequences weren't so dangerous. People are literally dying. People don't feel safe in their own town or homes, and the only people that they have compassion for are the people endangering themselves and other members of the community. People who, coincidentally, give them the opportunity to ask for more financial support of the nonprofits they hold positions in or support. It's ironic how many people accuse me of profiting off the poor for bringing these things to light, while the people running these nonprofits are making more money in a year than any hardworking members of the community by a large margin. People need to wake up and ask themselves if the people enabling criminal activity truly care or if they're driven by the salaries they make while holding positions in nonprofits. Is it a coincidence that the existing RTM members, including new member Peter Elwell, that support these radical beliefs, send private emails pushing their beliefs onto others and encouraging members to be on their side? Is it a coincidence that the ordinance was voted out by 21 votes immediately after 26 chairs were filled? Is it a coincidence that those opposed to the ordinance marched into the meeting together, then proceeded to disrespectfully express their views, insulting differing views and threatening lawsuits? And ask yourself, what in the Brattleboro is really going on here? I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
So there we go. There's a little recap of the RTM meeting, the special RTM meeting. We do have to go ahead and compliment them on the far left for being very organized, marching in there together, creating emails, and figuring out how to play the game and get the results that they want. We cannot blame anybody but ourselves for not being organized. We need to come together, stop squabbling about it, understand that we do not want Brattleboro going down the tubes like San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, Burlington, Vermont, anywhere where this style of restorative justice, freedom fighters has put their unique twist on local government and how cities and towns are run. All they have done is spiraled and got out of control. They prioritize unhoused people and drug users for every single bit of spending. They are dead set on trying to defund the police and literally going to meetings and saying that they would be a better option for police funding to spend on their new proposals, their new nonprofits, or what have you, and their stuff. So what we need to do is organize. Okay, we need to organize, and people need to start going to meetings and having some sort of clarity and an idea of what we all want and how we're going to get it together. So, with that, I have created a group. This is a group. I expect everybody to all show up, okay? Our very first meeting is going to be on January 10th at 6 p.m. at the Legion. The group is called Real Progress Vermont, okay? This group right here is going to be a mixture of everything that we all talk about here. It's not based off of far left or far right politics. This is for people to meet in the middle, regardless of what you think, where you are politically, national-wise, across wherever. This is going to be a group that is 100% set up for the town of Brattleboro and the state of Vermont, and trying to get us back to normalcy. We need to get back to just regular life and having our town governments represent normal families, children, regular stuff. You know, nobody wants to have homeless people suffering, drug users suffering. We want to help those people too, but we have to reestablish what our priorities are. We cannot abandon everything and go into lawlessness in the name of compassion and watch these nonprofits turn themselves into millionaires over and over again.
Vermont hasn't really felt like Vermont lately, has it? There have been changes. Vermont hasn't felt wholesome like it used to. Our values have been lost in new wave politics and activism, and the messages don't seem to represent what we want anymore. Our children are being exposed to crime and drug culture. Our businesses are losing profits. Our homes are being taxed at a higher rate than anywhere in the country. We need Vermont to feel like Vermont again. We need to organize. We need real progress.
So there it is, Real Progress Vermont, okay? And so the first event is going to be January 10th at the Legion at 6 p.m. Everybody needs to put that down on their calendars now. I want you to be there. how the event is going to go is I will be speaking. I have other people who are involved who will be speaking, and this will be an open discussion. This will be where you will get some information and learn about the topics and how the game is played, how we plan to organize. And one of the ways is we need to be creating the proper amount of media, the proper amount of content, websites, articles, things for people to consume, to read about, to help inform themselves, and to help organize us so that when it comes time to town meetings, to RTM meetings, select boards, and how the game is actually played, that we don't show up and get our butts kicked again, okay? We cannot allow the caucus to get stacked by a bunch of extreme activists who literally all organized, walked in, 26 seats were filled at the RTM meeting, and they got the ordinance of community conduct thrown out by 21 votes. That doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. We need to figure this out so that we can get our town back. It's not that difficult because people who want normal life and Vermont to feel like Vermont again are the vast majority of people. People just want to be able to go to work, want to be able to afford their houses and raise their children and run their businesses, etc. That is what our towns are supposed to be for. I mean, come on. Look at Brattleboro. This is a cutesy little town. We got 13,500 people in the community. That's not a lot. This is a small town. Today, I saw an officer fighting with a huge perpetrator. He tried to run from the officer. He had to chase him down, tackle him. The guy kept getting up and fighting with the officer while he was waiting for other officers to show up. They all had to drive as fast as they could from Black Mountain Road in North Brattleboro to get to Flat Street. This is exactly why we need a substation at the BTC. We need that substation so officers can be present, that they can support each other. In an emergency situation, it is way too far to have the officers up off Putney Road on Black Mountain Road and have to come with their blue lights on, flying through town to assist an officer because somebody is fighting him. During this arrest, I got the whole thing recorded, so you guys are going to have a chance to watch this. The perpetrator is fighting with the officer, keeps getting taken down, and takes 2 large bags of drugs and throws them down in a sewer grate, trying to get away from the officer and destroy the evidence. So he threw the drugs down in the grate. The officers were able to take the sewer lid off and use like a rod that they pick locks with for cars and fish the drugs out. It looked like it was about 4 bundles of fentanyl and a big bag with probably 4 ounces worth of pink powder, which I was like, is that pink cocaine? What is that? Is that xylazine? And so that's going to a lab. They got to test what it was. He said, alleged perpetrator. He goes, they should be on Flat Street. He said, Maureen Spicer, and if they're homeless, then keep it at your tent city, whatever, but don't do it in public where other people, especially children, have to deal with it. Exactly. He goes, I'll be there. Everybody in this chat should be at that meeting. Real Progress Vermont meeting, January 10th, 6 p.m. at the Legion. Everybody's invited. This is your chance to get involved. And we're going to break it down and make it very easy for everybody. It's not this long event. It's going to be 30 minutes to an hour, and there's going to be a lot of conversation. Rather than just having me or someone else standing up there running our mouths, we're going to give you some information and talk, but we're also going to open the floor up and allow people to rant, allow people to express concerns, and then teach people how to get involved and how the game is played. So one of the ways that we're doing that is this right here is my petition for District 9 to become a town representative. Okay, this is it right here. So I got this today at the Brattleboro Municipal Center. I'm going to go around and I got to get people from my district to sign this. If anybody's in District 9, I would ask you to come and meet up with me and sign my petition so that I can be voted in to the town representative meeting and become a town meeting member. So this is very important. The town representative meeting coming up on, and I believe it is March 23rd, or the town meeting to be held on March 4th, 2025, is an annual meeting, and there's going to be a number of different items, and the warnings for those items is going to come out at the end of the month. I suggest that other people step up and get involved. You can go to the Brattleboro Municipal Center and get a petition of your own to fill one of the chairs and get on the board. It's imperative that people actually get involved who share the message of let's get the town better. We cannot just stand there and allow people that are on very far leftist, crazy, political agendas be the ones to represent us at meetings. If we do that, if you don't get involved, you don't show up and say, hey, let's just do normal stuff. If you don't get yourself represented, then they will turn this place into Portland, Oregon, and it will be a disaster. Okay? We got to get this organized. People need to stick together. We have to make the changes happen. We cannot let the town skid any worse than it already is. Now, they keep using this idea of their restorative justice and their compassion, but what they are not understanding is that they are outgunned. They are being targeted by dangerous and very violent individuals who are targeting our communities in Vermont because they see us as weak. They see our local and town governments as weak. They see our police that are behind the curve. They are coming up from communities that are way harsher, have way more gang activity and organized drug sales. They're coming from Hartford and Springfield, Massachusetts, and going, look, we can charge more for drugs. We can double our profits by going up to Vermont, and the police are outgunned. They cannot prosecute us in their courts in the appropriate ways because their laws are messed up. It's much better money to go up to this community and never really get in trouble. You know, we've seen it time and time again. Pablo Rodriguez got busted with 1,500 bags of fentanyl up at the Quality Inn over the summer. And hey, what happened? He was out. The man is out of jail. Okay? What's up with that? You know, and the town is freaking out about it. We see these violent crimes. We've seen several videos from the Brattleboro News where a certain woman has gone around and done robbery assaults 3-4 times and is right back out on the street, committing more crimes, having more calls go out. It's dangerous. You know, you're having violent situations down on Flat Street. You're having officers fighting people at the mover. You're having that guy that strangled the dog need the cops. Say you're down at the co-op with your family trying to get groceries and one of these violent situations blows up. How do you know that you are going to be protected when the officers are understaffed and up against a wall, you know, and these activists are out here voting out funding, trying to get stuff and ordinances and any type of regular policies that we can all try to make change with. They're trying to go against it because of far left defund the police activism. It makes no sense, and it doesn't represent what we have going on in this town or what we want. What we want in Vermont is regular life, old school style Vermont. Like, come on. Hiking, outdoor stuff, skiing, hunting, families. We have farmers here. How did this turn into we are trying to emulate San Francisco, California? That makes no sense and is not what we are. That is not what community we are or what culture we hold here. Okay? If you are dead set on coming here to try to change our culture, please don't. And don't go down to our meetings and literally stack the caucus with a bunch of activists and try to change the community for whatever your political preference is. Just leave it alone. Let us live the way we want to live. He says, MSNFL says, I don't even go out on the weekends anymore. I used to love the tower, but too much drama now. I don't even get me started on a garage lot. Absolutely. By carrying, then again, if I used to, that might get me in trouble. He goes, the tower or whatever it called sucks. He goes, it became a homeless bar. He said the no loitering ordinance would have helped. Hello? Exactly. Like, dude, all it was trying to say, hey, don't go downtown and destroy local businesses and run off our visitors and our customers and people who drive up sales numbers and tax revenue for the town. You know, like at some point there has to be a tipping point where it's like, okay, what's the point of destroying businesses in the name of compassion for homeless people? It makes no sense. It's literally shooting ourselves in the foot. We can't keep doing it, okay?
Like the cops?
No, I fucking hate cops. Here's my anti-cop tattoo. You can put that anywhere you like.
Yeah, anti-cop people.
Douchebags like you driving around here in expensive cars with expensive cameras, not giving anyone shoes, water, food, or clothes,
You're
or
spitting.
tech.
You're spitting.
I hope I'm fucking spitting.
Gross.
Go fuck yourself.
Gross.
Hi, welcome to Planet Hay. Planet Hay is a fucking douchebag. Clothes, shoes, and other tents and resources they need to sleep and survive. Go fuck yourself, Planet Hay. You are not a local TV station. You are a cop collaborator, class trader, fucking nonsense person. You are trying to make money on YouTube off of people who are actually suffering. You are trying to make money off of other people's suffering, and you never pay them. You don't bring them food. You don't bring them shoes. You don't bring them tents. You just love cops who come and take their fucking tents, throw their shit away, and zoom in on my chin hairs, please. Actually, would you zoom in on my non-binary chin hairs? Wait,
You're
here's a good
non-binary?
chin hair. Of course, darling.
That's cool. Enjoy your day, you guys.
Enjoy your day, Planet Hank, the self-declared Brattleboro News Station.
Yeah. Virtue signal away. Real stylish. You hate the cops. Pride.
And these are the people who go around and call others uneducated. Here's a comment that I really want to. She goes, yeah, she seems totally rational and not hateful at all. Exactly. It's like you are not the educated or speaking from a position of superiority at all. You're uneducated. You have no tact. You are disgusting out in the streets, yelling and spitting and saying ridiculous. Like, if you even just listen to the words that she used, they were just like, I mean, there's no other way to say it. It was just dumb. Okay? Like, you don't know me. You don't know what I do, but you're yelling and spitting on me and causing this big chaos. You hate the police and you've got some weird tattoo about it and like you think it's so groovy. You just seem dumb. It's not helpful to act in that way. It's not like being some activist who's like doing better for the world. No, it's not. It's making downtown trashy to have people like that. And she goes to all of our meetings. Like, this is what the problem is. And this is why I want us regular people to start collaborating and make it fun. And we can have fun and goof around and roast people and let's all team up, because that woman is who is representing you down at your meetings. She goes there and presents herself as like some kind of well-organized, well-informed, intelligent person who's going to really improve your way of life. Like, she's representing you or speaking for your ideals. And she is so far out of reality, so far away from anything to do with Vermont. That person is a rich girl. Her parents are rich, and she's from New Hampshire. She does not represent you. She is being an activist, and she's got all these pictures down in New York City, like helping in Harlem. Like, she's going to go, like Harlem really needed her to go down there and save them. You know, with her freaking activism. It's nonsense. It's a style for them. They go to thrift stores and dress the way they dress, wearing dirty hippie clothes so that they like look like they're like really part of this weird cult. It's nuts. They do not represent what Vermont is, and we need to organize and get back on track. She goes, there's enough giving away free stuff. Absolutely. There's so many organizations out here giving away free stuff, especially mine. We all know what mine is. Sneakers for Tweakers. I give out more stuff than any of them.
The Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers program is in full effect. Donate your shoes to Planet Hank today, and Hank will personally deliver your fly kicks to a certified pit dweller to ensure their feet are well taken care of. We put the running shoes in drug running. Planet Hank Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts today. Planet Hank's Sneakers for Tweakers initiative starts right now.
Bow, Sneakers for Tweakers. Yo, my boy Justin Sims. Bow, Justin Sims in the house. He goes, I represent VT more than her. Hell yeah. Tim, TJ Tillery says, hell, they even got a nice hot free pizza from the co-op every day from what I'm told. He goes, Dante, that's a good point, and it's funny. She specifically said you don't hand out shoes. Girl, we all know I'm handing out shoes. Let me see a bare foot. Walk by Hank with a bare foot. I'll pop the trunk on your ass quick. I'll pop the trunk on that ass, and I'll be throwing shoes at you. So if you live in District 9 in downtown Brattleboro, I would really appreciate your John Hancock on my petition to get me to be a town representative and a member, okay? Let me read a little bit of this information. He goes, if you are elected to the select board, to the representative, to a town, he goes, you will, to the town meeting member, you will receive a notice of election that will be mailed within 2 days following the election. There's information packets available at the town, and I suggest that other people go and get their petition started and turn these in. This petition needs to be filled out before January 27th, and you can be a member of the town meeting. She said, you should start selling Hate Hank stickers. You make more money and piss off the Live some more. Dude, they'd buy those. Here's what we do have, and we're not selling them, but we have ourselves some defund groundwork stickers. Look at those. These are about to be popular. So if you support defunding groundworks and supporting the police, we've got ourselves a nice stack of these stickers here. I think that it'd be very helpful for a lot of them to be posted around town, possibly on the door of groundworks, on the back of your cars. Defund groundworks. We got the good stuff over here at Planet Hank. We got the good stuff. So let me set the mood a little here. We got the very best stuff in the world, and you all know it. He goes, I need that sticker. He goes, my dad wants to sign it right now. Dante, we'll meet up. Send me a private message. So if you've got a business or you've got some sort of message, some sort of event, or you got anything, I'm telling you, you need to advertise with the Brattleboro News. We have the most views out of any news source. Our social medias are blowing up. Get on board now. Hit me up, and I will help blow up your business and your message. Brattleboro Ford, right off the Rotary in North Brattleboro, the best car company in town. These people are doing more than most to help out, to make changes, to support the news. They know that this is an important message that Hank is bringing. Brattleboro Ford, my premier sponsor. We got Renegade Property Maintenance out here helping the show since the very start. If you need any snow removal done, hit them up. We got Kings Electric, the very best contractors in the state. Kings Electric, all your electrical contracting needs. They are absolutely bomb. They love helping out. They love the Brattleboro News. We got Think Mink. We got CM Minkler, paving and painting. Okay, these are also the Stripe and Seal It people. Look at that American flag on this. If you got any painting, you got anything that needs to be done, hit them up. Hit them up. We got Zico's Haircuts in the Hannaford Plaza. Great haircuts, normal person. Shout out to Megan, getting it done. We got my man Fred Cheney, okay, Vermont Roadworks, Asphalt and Paving. These guys were nominated for the very best paving company in the region. They are great. They have huge amount of trucks and a great crew. They're on it, and they love the ideas that I have at Brattleboro News to help the town. Home Security Service, okay, this is the best security company in the region. My man Tim is a volunteer fireman. You got to get up your property protected. Home Security Service, hssalarm.com. Hit them up. Brattleboro Towing and Recovery. These guys are at all the calls, towing cars, saving cars, dragging stuff out of the woods. If you go off the road, think Brattleboro Towing and Recovery. They love Planet Hank. They are always tuning in. We got Kresge's Alignment down there on Canal Street. My man Mike is a great mechanic. If you got any work you need on your car, you got any routine maintenance, you got any alignment stuff you need done, hit them up. These guys are a homegrown Brattleboro company. They are great. And we got Rods up there in Putney. We're creeping up north into Putney. Rods Towing and Repair. What a great company. They are the only gas station in Putney, 24-hour gas and towing service. There's a shop there too. Hit them up. Hit up Rods. Okay, and then I got to throw up one more thing. We'll throw this up again. Remember our meeting, January 10th, 6 p.m. at the Legion. I expect all y'all who watch me on here all the time to literally show up to that. I don't want to hear any BS is what I'm getting at. So make sure you show up to that meeting. We're gonna organize. We're absolutely, and I'm looking for this next. I'm looking for one more. Oh, in here it is. Boom. And here's one more event that's happening over at the Legion. It is the Happy New Year, New Year's event. DJ Chase will be there. It's like a dance party. DJ Chase is awesome. Head over there. New Year's Eve at the Legion. Get it done. Big shout out to these guys. So everybody's going to be partying it down New Year's Eve. Amateur night. Merry Christmas from Hank, Planet Hank, the Brattleboro News. We love saying Merry Christmas, and it's always the best part of my week to come on here, 8 p.m. Thursdays, do the Brattleboro News Recap Show. I'm going to pull up. So it took, when I was sick, there was a little bit of a hole from getting these videos, arrest videos, but I have gotten several arrest videos in the last 2 days, including a very serious crime that happened today in the Preston lot, and that video will be released very soon. But here we go. You know what it is, the Brattleboro News Recap Show. I play videos from the week and allow you guys to watch the video in its entirety, and then we can all comment.
Breaking news.
I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com. Today's story comes from Elliott Street in downtown Brattleboro, Vermont, where Brattleboro police received a report that a woman entered the Snow Republic bar and restaurant who had an active no trespassing order. The order came from earlier in the day when she caused a disturbance while intoxicated and was asked to leave. She was issued a no trespassing order by Officer Simeon of the Brattleboro Police Department. Later on in the same day, she came back to the restaurant and threatened store staff, and police were called a second time.
I did. So, staff in there is saying you did go past the threshold. So right now you're under arrest for unlawful trespass, right? So can you stand up with right there?
Officer said,
I know, but look, I told you earlier, you can't do that. You tried.
I worked by the light.
You want to take that coat off? Is that easier?
Going outside.
We're going to go in my car and show the video for you.
Wait for the car.
Yeah.
They can then spread our notions.
No, I can't do no shows, but you have to move.
Oh, God. You know that I got court on January 6th?
January 6th, what for?
Criminal threatening.
What threatening? What are you doing that for?
Well, because supposedly my boyfriend, who I've been dating for 3 years, cheated on me with 2 different ladies in town. So I threatened them both.
That's not very nice. I'm going to double lock you so we don't hang up on you. And if you want to walk to the back of that, or just, I got to put your stuff in the back, but it's locked. I get the stuff right here. And then I got to check on your stuff. You got anything on you, anything sharp, anything to poke with me?
This is my wonderful, beautiful, brave, tight, hard African one.
You have any pockets or anything? I'm just going to back on you. Pockets of it.
Okay, Joe.
Remember, this is where it says, but you didn't want to
Ryan, you put a chip inside my brain to keep me monitored and surveilled.
I don't know if I
Why?
did that. Hey, let's get in there, okay? All right, I'll grab your stuff, okay?
Put your stuff in the back, okay?
The police conducted a short search of the area. She was placed under arrest for unlawful trespass with no further incident. I was able to get a comment from Lieutenant Warner of the Brattleboro Police Department.
Officers responded to a business on Main Street for a report of a woman causing a disturbance. She was trespassed and removed from the premises. She later returned and threatened staff and was arrested for unlawful trespass.
Just because you are arrested does not mean that you're guilty of a crime, and the investigation is ongoing. I'm Hank with Brattleboro News and PlanetHank.com, sponsored by Brattleboro Ford.
So there you have it. We had a little, what in the Brattleboro is going on moment here. She said, you put a chip in my brain to keep me controlled and surveilled. What are you talking about? Okay, so she was a lot more drunk than I even thought when I went up, because she wasn't acting that crazy at first. And then she nonchalantly told the officer, she's like, oh, yeah, well, I got court on the 6th because I was threatening the women that my boyfriend cheated on me with, etc. And I was like, whoa. She was just said, oh, yeah, well, my boyfriend cheated on me, so I threatened the 2 women. I was like, okay. Wow. No doubt. Do your thing, girl. And then she hit me with she goes, he said, I still can't message you. She said, yikes. Casey Castine says she was super happy. And then, so she got out, and she was out there on the same corner. You can see her on the corner of Elliott and Main Street, hanging out there. Very scantily clad, by the way. I was like, girl, put on some clothes. First of all, you're pretty much freezing. Like, it's 20 degrees out. You're wearing like a jacket with like nothing but like a little bra on underneath of it. It's crazy. She goes, she's a fun one to deal with. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So it was one of you ladies, the ladies that she threatened? Is that what I'm picking up? She goes, I got to go. You kids have fun. Don't get brain chips. Said, yikes, I still can't message you. She was super happy. Sick of seeing it. Said, oh, my God, it's Jen. He goes, the spray paint tag has been there forever. Yeah, that thing needs to get pressure washed off the building. She says, bringing back Merry Christmas. Yes, yes, yes. So the Brattleboro News Recap Show, like I said, I got 2 violent arrests, big blowout scenarios. These next 2 stories are going to be like, you are not going to want to miss them. I'm going to be putting one out tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be putting the next one out either tomorrow night or the very next day. And these are very, very wild situations that you are not going to want to miss. So during this part of the show, I'm going to go ahead and set the mood, but I'm going to announce something that I am very, very excited about. I think that you guys are going to be very excited about this as well. So right now, I want to go ahead and make the launch of these very, very tasty dog treats that I have created with my dog. Okay? Marco. We're calling these Marco Munchies. Look at these beautiful dog treats in the shape of the Planet Hank logo. They are peanut butter pumpkin flavored, okay? Peanut butter pumpkin. And dogs are absolutely crazy for these. So put up 3 dog emojis for my man Marco. 3 people put up 3 dog emojis, and he's going to come over and get himself one of his Marco's Munchies. They come in bags of 10. They are $10. These are organic. Very, very delicious. There he is right there. There he goes. He goes, did you taste test them, Hank? Let's go. Everybody throw up those dog emojis. $10 for a bag of 10 Marco's Munchies, handmade, soft-baked dog treats, the most delicious. She said Maya loves them. Jeff Bush. There's Blaine. There's everybody. Hi, Marco. Hi, everybody wants to see you, buddy. Everybody wants to see you have your delicious cookie. Yes, you take it soft. That's a good. What a good boy he is. Boy, I love that dog. She said, did you make the cookie cutter yourself, Hankadoodle? There we go. Dog emojis, dog emojis, dog emojis. Maya loves them. Every dog that has tried those absolutely loves those dog treats. You gotta get them and put them. Look at, he's already back. He's already back for more. Hold on, buddy. I'll get you some more. So look at, these are the holes. These are the holes for the pee. And I've been giving them to him. Oh, yes. Oh, here he is. Marco's Munchies. The finest dog treats in all of Brattleboro. Get yours now. You got to get yours today. Put them into your Christmas stockings. Okay. We also have a bunch of other merch available for people to purchase for Christmas. We have these candles, peppermint scented. They're amazing. These are big ones. And we have small, big and small, Planet Hank cookies, Planet Hank candles. And I got one more thing to show you. We have a ton of Planet Hank Christmas ornaments. You can get these and put it on your tree. Look at that Christmas ornament right there. What a wonderful way to celebrate the holidays with Hank. The Brattleboro News Recap Show. Christmas ornaments, candles, dog treats, and we have hoodies coming. Hoodies are available just after Christmas. It's taking forever to get them, but they're $60, but they're super thick, and you're going to love them. Planet Hank with a big logo on it. I love doing this show, and I love doing this with you guys every single week. Make sure that you check out my event, January 10th at the Legion, 6 p.m. We are going to get it done. We are going to make Brattleboro a wonderful place to live again. The state of Vermont needs your help.
Vermont hasn't really felt like Vermont lately, has it? There have been changes. Vermont hasn't felt wholesome like it used to. Our values have been lost in new wave politics and activism. And the messages don't seem to represent what we want anymore. Our children are being exposed to crime and drug culture. Our businesses are losing profits. Our homes are being taxed at a higher rate than anywhere in the country. We need Vermont to feel like Vermont again. We need to organize. We need real progress.
Real progress, Vermont. This is how we're going to get it done. We are organizing. We got a bunch of speakers January 10th, 6 p.m. at the Legion. I'll make some posters. I'm going to get it done so that you guys can all easily take part. I love doing this show. Everybody, thanks for watching the Planet Hank Live show. Later.